Are you thinking about DIYing an escape room for your group or fundraiser, but you don't know where to start with making your puzzles? Creating puzzles can be a very daunting task, but there are ways to make some super fun puzzles that don't suck for your players. In day 4, I'm going to show you how to make 2 classic puzzles to get your DIY escape game going. Hello, I'm Celeste, and I am the owner-operator of Escape from Reality by Golden Key Games. And this is day 4 of the 31 days of puzzles. So today we're talking about translate puzzles, and this is one of my favorite kinds. Okay, so translate puzzle, I call it a translate puzzle. It's when, and specifically today we're talking about the code and cipher translate puzzle, where you give the player a message and then you give the player a key to the code, and then they are to try to decipher what the message says. And the message could be the code itself, or it could be a question or a directive, a message to do something else. It can be whatever you want it to be. And so you can make the code. There's lots of different codes online, but you can make your own code too. And that's what I'm going to show you today. Okay, so the first one I did is for a Halloween room. And so I had this package of Halloween icons that I use every year, and I always find a different way to use these icons. So, and the first one is this. It's this right here. So this was using Halloween icons. I made this, and I just made it on the computer, publisher, and printed it out in color and laminated it, and so it was nice and sturdy in the room. That's the actual one that was in the room. And then they found this either in a box or just laying out, and then at some point they found the code for it. And so this particular puzzle had less than 10 letters. I didn't have to do all 26 letters of the alphabet. I did just enough or a couple more that I needed for my puzzle. And so it worked out really nicely. And if you decode this message with this code, with this key, then pretty much says opposite of dig up. Okay. And so then they just had to think about it for half a second. What's the opposite of dig up? It is bury. So that was the answer. And like I said, these are super easy to make, and I just made it on the computer, printed it out, and laminated it, and there we go. I had the answer. The second one is a little harder. It involves some more pieces. I was very excited about this one. I put this one in my spaceship game. And so what it is I had a screen that had this image on it. And it is basically some words down the left and right hand side like this. And then they found this, and they had to figure out what to do with this because it has all these ship shapes on it. And so it's kind of, I think this is a ship font, but I used it for this. And basically what they ended up having to do was they had to put this in front of it, and then it was able to give a word for each ship. Okay. And then I had on the wall, I had Cricut cut out some of the ships and stuck the vinyl to the wall so that the players would then have to decode it after they put the 2 pieces together. And what that did was, instead of doing it letter by letter like the first one, like the first puzzle, this one was word by word. So each ship was a whole word, and it gave a message. It gave a direction of what to do. It actually said, wave white card on sun, which was something else that they needed to do. If they had the white card, they could wave it on the sun, and it opened up a door. They didn't always get it right away. Where the first example, they got it right away because they recognized the icons as soon as they saw them. So you can make it a little easier, you can make it a little harder, however you like to do it for your game. All right. So that's 2 translate puzzles for you today. If you want to follow our 31 days of puzzles, subscribe to our channel and watch for our upcoming videos.